Hello people of BookTube, Megan here, and time for another tag video. Today I'm going to be doing the legendary Pokemon book tag. The original tag and the creator will be linked down below. And yeah, let's just get right on into it. So the first question is Mew, your original favorite book, the book that started it all. For me, I have been reading for years, even years before I picked this series up. This is just the first name that pops into mind, and that really cemented my love for reading the Harry Potter series. When I first read the series, only the first 4 books were out, and just the series really cemented on what types of books I like to read. It really made me realize I like the fantasy, urban fantasy-esque, high fantasy-esque books. Just that was the material I preferred, and this helped me realize that. I have definitely read books and loved books before I picked up this series, but it's the most memorable one from my early years of reading. Question number 2 is Mewtwo, a series where you prefer the second book to the first. I might have to say the Ryura Chronicles, the second book, The Rose and the Thorn. I absolutely loved that book. I enjoyed The Crown Tower too, but just I love some of the characters that we are introduced to in The Rose and the Thorn, seeing how we are introduced to them, seeing how our main characters were introduced to them, and just I couldn't get enough of that. It's probably one of my favorites to go back and reread. Question number 3 is Zapdos, a book where you wanted a character to be struck down by lightning, never to return. Christy from the Mercy Thompson series. First, I love the fact that Patricia Briggs could write a character that I hate, as well as most of the fandom hate, with a burning passion. But I love the fact that she can get that kind of emotion out of me, but oh my god, I hate this character so much. She is so manipulative, she is so selfish, and just I would love to see her struck down by lightning or punched in the face. I'd be happy with that too. Next prompt is Moltres, a book that really got your blood boiling. I have to say Maximum Ride Forever. I love the first 3 books in the Maximum Ride series. They went a little downhill after that, but the last book, I thought I couldn't hate a book more than Nevermore. But when Maximum Ride Forever came out, I was just enraged as I read. The continuity errors alone just pissed me off so goddamn much. The continuity errors, just how so many of the characters were really shoved to the side and just ghosts of who they were before. I hate that book so much. Oh my god. Next is Articuno, a book that you would wait until the world froze over before getting rid of. Bloodbound by Patricia Briggs. So, the first 3 books in the Mercy Thompson series. Bloodbound is book number 2. Those books originally only came out in paperback. At some point, they were released in a limited run hardcover edition. So those books, the hardcover versions, are so expensive and so hard to find. Somehow, I managed to get a copy of Bloodbound cheap. Close to the original listed price of these hardcover books. I think I maybe paid $40 for it. Sometimes these books, the first 3 in hardcover, run for hundreds of dollars. I managed to find Bloodbound at a used bookstore for cheap compared to that. And I would never give this book up because of just the pure luck in finding it. So yeah, nope, not getting rid of that. Next prompt is Lugia, a book that you feel has psychic powers, a book that really speaks to you on a personal level. This one was hard to answer. It might have to be Geekerella. I love the main character there. She's a total geek. She's into cosplay, conventions. She lost her father. I lost my father. Having to deal with cruel step-siblings. I had to deal with a lousy step-siblings, so it's oh my god, I relate to this a little more than is comfortable. Oh my god. Next question is Entei, a character from the book you wouldn't mind being your parent or who reminds you of your parent. I don't really see my mom or my stepdad or my father in the books I read, just I can't connect them to any similarities with my parents. But I will say I would love to have Rosie from Bookish and the Beast's dad. He's fantastic. He is nerdy and just seems like such a good dad. And just, I wouldn't mind having a nerdy cool dad like Rosie's. Next is Ho-Oh, a book that you love that you feel no one knows about. I'm torn on this one. I have to say either the Rhaenyra books by Michael J. Sullivan or the Blood of Eden books by Julie Kagawa. I know these authors in these series have fan bases in their own. I've seen traces of fandom online. I don't see too many people on BookTube talking about either. Probably not running in the right circles for BookTube to run across them. I don't see many people talking about them. And the final question is Latios and Latias, a book with a duo you absolutely love. Hands down, Hadrian and Royce from the Rhaenyra books by Michael J. Sullivan. Just from the second I started reading the first book, from like page 1, just hearing these two, reading these two, interacting, I'm just like, I'm gonna love this series from the get-go, just cause of how these two interact, talk to each other. They're a fantastic duo, and I love them. So, that's it for this tag video, and I hope to see you guys next time.